Just because one lesbian loves a non-man with a penis, that doesn't mean you have to. You get to choose who you're attracted to.
Some people think that it is a biological female who has sexual attraction or only has a sexual attraction to another biological female, which is very trans exclusionary and non-binary exclusionary.
What do we think the definition of a lesbian should be?
person.
It's a vibe.
What does that mean? They're literally erasing lesbians because they're trying to be so f***ing whoa.
Every single point that they made no f***ing sense.
Hey guys, welcome back to Normal Gays, where we take out insanity. I'm Brad. He's Clarkson.
What's up, guys? Join us. Remember, we just reacted to some
Insane
We had
voicemails.
some crazy voicemails.
We were accused of supporting murder. We got
a
I got drug
rant.
accusations.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. People told Brad to go to rehab, and they were being like dead ass.
Which
He said go to rehab if.
yeah, that makes it so much better. Anyway, become a channel member to go watch all that content. We do a bunch of weekly members-only episodes. And in the meantime, we're going to check in on our favorite queer podcast. They're in some drama.
Which one is it? Is
Remember
this
the
the one
one
that we tried to I tried
collab
to go
with,
on?
and then they called us
and then-
fascists
yeah.
and said we were not safe.
I love this podcast.
Queer
they
Collective.
blocked me though.
Oh, they didn't block me.
This is
Do
why
not-
I can't make content anymore because everybody's blocked me.
You just need a burner.
I know. I need to make. A
Do
burner
not
account.
send Clarkson Lawson to my page. What about Brad Polumbo? Anyway, they were forced to apologize because they entered into discourse and that offended the lesbian community.
Oh.
So the podcast, it has that white chick who claims she's non-binary, then the non-white chick who
I'm so
claims she's
surprised that she's
non-binary.
white.
I think they're all claim non-binary or whatever, but the white
Yeah,
chick,
because it's not like there's any qualifications.
No.
Like, I mean, if you're gonna have a queer podcast, you've got to just claim non-binary.
but the white chick is dating a man, of course. And then the other one,
Is the man queer?
I think he claims to be queer because he likes to crack lesbians,
Uh,
which was part of the discourse.
So like every straight man?
Yes, but then the other one, the non-white, I don't want to guess her race because I feel like that's offensive, but also call her non-white is offensive, so I don't know what to say.
there's nothing you can say.
You're right. The other one,
The colored one.
she,
Not a private episode.
I'm not sure who she dates, but anyway, this will become relevant.
Okay.
They posted a video about.
Thank you for that recap.
Yeah. I'm not sure who the colored one dates, but I did
Right.
my research on the white ones.
You said colored, not me. Anyway, this is one of their recent videos ruffled some feathers in the lesbian community
Okay.
because it's two people saying that some lesbians like dick. Ah, shit.
Here we go.
again.
Here we go.
Here's the caption of their video, then I'm going to play it. Just because one lesbian loves a non-man with a penis, that doesn't mean you have to. You get to choose who you're attracted to, but making broad sweeping decisions.
You don't get to choose who you're attracted to. That literally spits in the face of what being gay is. So being gay is a choice?
Decades of
Yeah.
Oh my
what
god!
the
This is that New York Times article where they're talking about these
Yes,
bitches.
this is literally it. Oh my god.
Anyway,
version therapy works.
Yes.
you get to choose who you're attracted to,
So crazy to say. I'm sorry.
but making broad sweeping decisions for other lesbians' attractions is turfy. The lesbian label has always been gender expansive, dating back to the old bar days. So what they're saying is, if you're a lesbian, you're allowed to not want dick. But if you try to say that other lesbians aren't lesbians if they want dick, then you're a bigot.
Nothing means anything.
Correct.
Okay.
You want to watch a little bit of the
Yeah,
video
let's
of the
watch it.
discourse? It's really good. But they're kind of
No. We're not doing that for them.
Okay.
What does it mean to be a lesbian? Some people think that it is a biological female who has sexual attraction or only has a sexual attraction to another biological female, which is very trans exclusionary and non-binary exclusionary. Lesbian is more than just who you're attracted to.
The truth is, if like a trans woman undergoes hormone therapy, undergoes certain surgeries, technically they are biological females too. because physiologically you are functioning as
quite.
a woman, as a female. A lot of people are like, well, they can't have children, they can't reproduce. It's like, there's a lot of barren women out there
my
who
God.
are, by your definition, biologically female. Often it's a easy way for people to be like, well, you aren't a woman.
Lesbians have always had a complex relationship to gender and womanhood, and lesbian history is deeply rooted in gender nonconformity, predating modern language around non-binary identities. How do you think the wider lesbian community feels towards trans and non-binary lesbians?
My DMs are popping.
Oh.
Oh my gosh. I feel like my DMs might be popping after this
My
is
DMs
published.
are quiet.
Maybe in the past it's been a little bit
blocked
more hostile, but honestly, I've never really experienced it directly. It's been more like comment section. An inherent part of the problem is a representation issue. Trans people make up 1%, maybe 2 at best of populations.
And yet they're like the biggest dominating issue.
And you know who else makes up 1%? Billionaires. Boom, roasted.
What do we think the definition of a lesbian should be?
It's a vibe. It's almost
it's a
just something that
vibe.
we
It's a
know. We see it, we sense it, we hear it.
Currently, Merriam-Webster still defines lesbian as a woman who is sexually or romantically attracted to other women. However, Johns Hopkins University defined it as non-men attracted to non-men in an effort to be inclusive of non-binary lesbians. However, this sparked controversy and resulted in them pulling it from their
retarded.
online glossary. One of the arguments around this is that it feels anti-feminist and an erasure of women. Some feel it was one of the last few words
They're so
that was
close
in
to
no
getting-
way tied to men and is now being defined only by reference to them.
This sort of fear is kind of reminding me to a similar fear, the whole argument against trans people in gendered bathrooms. If a man really wants to come into the bathroom,
He's gonna do it.
Gonna do it, yeah.
he's just going to
doesn't
open
need to wear a
the
dress to
door.
do it.
There's not security there. There's not a
The
lock
police
there.
might even just help him do it.
He's not going to look at like the sign on the door and be like, ah, damn it.
Fuck, foiled
Says
again.
women. I'll try again next time. There's not a man that will suddenly be like, I'm a non-man and be like, I'm a lesbian. Like
Yes,
people
there
who are
is.
doing that are trolling online.
I don't know if
No,
I
Lily Tina
love
likes the-
non-men attracted to non-men. I feel like it just doesn't even roll off the
Yeah,
tongue
it's
that
like
great.
I don't
It
really
doesn't
get
roll off
turned
the
on
tongue,
by it.
really.
No,
personally.
no.
But I understand why it happened.
Yeah.
Maybe even it's a quality of having experienced womanhood in some capacity, and then also loving those who've experienced that.
Oh,
That's really great.
I kind of
Yeah.
really like that.
So, are you going to watch the World Cup final, Clarkson?
Only if my boyfriend wants to watch it.
Okay, this is not about you and your.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
I don't care about the soccer teams, but I honestly, if Katy Perry performed,
Well, that's probably not going to happen. But you know who might be that'd be actually kind of interesting. She could still kill it, but I doubt. Anyway, people are all wondering who is going to perform at the World Cup final halftime show. And according to our channel partners at Kalshi, people think there's a 26% chance that Sabrina Carpenter will perform, a 16% chance that Carol G will perform, and a 6% chance that Bad Bunny will be the star of the show. If you guys want to check out the prediction markets over on Kalshi, it's the first CFTC regulated exchange dedicated to trading on the outcome of future events. I've been following the World Cup, but you could follow Love Island. People have been following along on there. Everything is happening over on Kalshi, and just use code BRADP when you sign up to get $20 free when you trade $20. Now back to the show.
Turn it off. I can't do this anymore.
Oh my God.
Everything is experience and feeling and representation and understanding.
The definition of lesbian is a vibe. What does that mean? They're literally erasing lesbians because they're trying to be so whoa.
Every single point that they made no sense. I don't know how. It's just a big. You know what that was? It's a big circle jerk. They're sitting around a table like, how good of a person are you? I'm a great person. I actually think it should be non-men
I
versus
think the dictionary is
non-men.
offensive.
It's actually just a vibe. We don't need to have a definition for anything because I'm so open-minded and cool and love everyone. Bitch, God, that was unbearable. Like when I go to hell, that is going to be played on repeat.
That's my personal
for eternity.
Vietnam.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Satan loves that video because he uses it for torture.
it's like I know that there were probably points made in there, but I feel like I blacked out.
I
Oh
tuned
yeah,
it
wait,
out.
that bitch said you are biologically female.
She said, well, they are biologically female.
Not quite. Not quite.
Huh?
Wait, let's get the doctor involved here. If a male starts taking estrogen, does he become biologically female?
I love how we need a doctor's opinion for this.
No.
Okay, you don't have to say anything more than that.
The answer is no. But the
Oh.
definition of no is truly a vibe. So what does that mean?
Lesbian has always been gender expansive. I wish they'd said something about a penis. in the
Okay,
clip.
that statement in and of itself. Lesbian, which is defined as two women.
Well, is it though?
Biological women.
'Cause they said
but
non-man.
they said always, which implies that it has always been in history. It has not always been because it has been defined by sex. So it hasn't been. It's literally woman, woman, female, female. That is the opposite of gender expansive.
Yeah. These bitches are dumb.
They're crazy. Like if I actually want to go on their podcast
I know, I
so
wanna go
bad,
so bad.
because I would just rage bait them the whole time.
We really need to. We will fly to Canada, babes.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding. We will show up.
And the thing is I don't even think I would bother debating them.
I wouldn't debate. I'd rage bait.
Yeah, I couldn't do it. I mean, I would if I actually took them seriously, I would go mad.
But they offended the lesbian community on TikTok with this stuff.
I wonder why. I wonder why you offended the community of females who date females by saying that they should now like. I mean,
wait, no. To be clear, they didn't say you should now like. They said you're allowed to choose who you're attracted.
but let's not forget, non-binary lesbians are also just men.
That's just a dude with a dick.
So it could be, oh
You're
god.
literally therapy demanding lesbians.
So not only are you saying that a lesbian is a lesbian because they like, you're saying a lesbian is a lesbian and they have a.
They're also theoretically what they're saying. A non-man that loves a non-man is a lesbian. That means two dudes who identify as non-binary
Are lesbians.
are lesbian. I'm sorry. At some point, y'all, the meteor needs to come down and just take us out.
I want to know who listens to that
They have
podcast.
corporate sponsors.
Of course they do. They probably get Pride Month sponsors. All we have is Telestrand.
We love you.
Skip to ad.
Did Grindr answer your DM? Yeah, I didn't think so.
No. They they sent me an email to work with me like 3 months ago, and then they looked at my page and declined.
What? Then why'd they
Yeah,
email
it was
you?
through an agency.
Oh,
Yeah.
so weird. Okay, let's watch the video of a woman ranting about the backlash about this podcast.
Okay.
It's been a whole like mini discourse in this weird corner of because they were like so woke, they were actually offensive
Yeah.
to people who are also woke.
Yeah.
I'm surprised Clarkson didn't see this.
He doesn't see anything.
So frequently on lesbian TikTok.
Yeah.
Well, I have been in La La Land with my boyfriend, so that
Also-
was sarcasm.
Lesbian TikTok.
I thought that maybe I said I was on lesbian TikTok at one point and I forgot, so I just went with the joke. Yeah. It's like when you're at the club and it's really loud and you can't hear someone.
And just go,
And
yeah.
you go, yeah. And they're like, what? I'm like,
I said my grandma died.
I'm like,
yeah.
I didn't hear you.
Okay, let's watch.
I've seen only lesbian creators talking about the Queer Collective podcast and how the rampant lesbophobia is really getting out of hand.
Beat them up.
And I only see people online talking about biphobia, and yet lesbophobia has been happening in such a concentrated way in the last few years, especially with the JoJo situation, the Fletcher situation. So many
She's
women
mad they said you could
coming
choose
out and
their-
being
who
like,
you're
oh, I'm
attracted to."
lesbian, but I desire men still, or I have a boyfriend or whatever. And then people using lesbian culturally when they mean bisexual. That shit is lesbophobia. And y'all who use that shit instead of claiming bisexual for yourselves, you want to claim lesbian, but you are still attracted to or in love with men. That's your own biphobia, hurting not only yourself, but the lesbian community. And
But
I
also
don't
it's wanting
understand. I
attention.
just don't understand why you would say you're a lesbian when you're bisexual. Why are you like discounting your own lived
The
experience
pause
by
was
saying
great.
that? And also, I'm so sick of bisexuals punching down at lesbians. Why are you talking to us like we are your oppressors? Right. Before you woke whiteys get in the comments and tell me I shouldn't be talking about privilege because I'm white. Yes, I'm white. My whiteness will always come before my queerness. My privilege, because I'm white, is informing everything that I have to say.
Almost over.
And that doesn't negate the inherent privileges that come with having opposite sex attraction in our society. We can talk about that while also understanding that based on where you sit in society, you will have more or less privilege. Right? So a black bisexual is going to clearly have less privilege than a white one.
I do not care.
Who's the loudest when it comes to these discussions, and which bisexuals do you think I'm talking to? The ones that look like me. Right.
Oh my god.
She had to degrade. She had to do a little bit of self-degradation. Is that that's the word?
Yeah.
I thought I said it wrong. To make sure that like
She covered her base.
She covered her base. She
She's
has to
like,
say, to be clear, I hate my skin color.
I'm only talking to white
yeah.
bi people. I would never tell a black
But
person
if
to
a
stop
black person says
abusing
something,
words.
if a black person says exactly what I just said is wrong, I would never say this to them.
I'm not talking to you. I know my whiteness. I literally was with her. I was ready to march with this bitch, and she had to go with me.
I know. Dude. Well, she was close.
I wonder why people think you're on cocaine.
Oh.
I was just thinking that.
It's this.
I mean, honestly, that was. But she's correct. I mean, I wouldn't say it is biphobia, because even the non-binary discussion, it's like, or just trans. Like if you are a straight
sexism,
guy,
deeply rooted sexism as well.
If you're a straight guy who dates a doll, right? Like obviously you are dating a man, so you are bisexual, but you're just only attracted to one type of man, which is a doll.
And that's fine.
Which is fine. It's fine to be bisexual. But people are so afraid of being labeled bisexual.
And it is a form of internalized phobia.
Mental gymnastics to not be called bi.
Mm-hmm.
So she's right.
Of course, the queer collective sort of apologized. Which just, do you think that, narrator, does that make things better or worse?
I don't even want to hear this anymore.
Every time somebody apologizes online, it always gets worse.
How about you read the apology for us, Mr. Producer?
Oh,
It's
they
in the
wrote
doc.
it out?
It's a Instagram story.
Noted a spelling error.
Oh, good.
I was like, can you have thrown this through ChatGPT? I bet they don't believe
No,
me.
she only
No,
throws
they would never use that, waste that water.
Oh no, the bitch reading off a script sounded like ChatGPT.
Yeah,
I know
that's
that.
true.
I know that was.
Also, imagine hosting a podcast and to ask your guest a question, you have to read
You
from
have
a
to
fucking
read?
script.
Really long.
Yeah, well, because we got so many places to be,
I know.
right? Like we got so much important business to get to.
Regarding concerns about lesbophobia. That's a new word.
Lesbophobia.
Lesbophobia.
Okay.
We also want to respond to the criticism around how we've talked about lesbian identity. In that conversation, we were sharing stories we had heard from people who identify as lesbians and have had occasional experiences with men. Our intention was not to suggest that lesbians secretly desire men. What we were trying to express was that we do not want to be the identity police. We still believe people's relationships to identity can be complicated and personal. But we also understand that stories about lesbians and men are discussed without enough care. They can reinforce the lesbophobic narratives that lesbians are forced to fight against, i.e., you just haven't met the right man, etc. So that's the beginning. And
Wait,
None of that made any sense.
they're saying we just don't want to be the identity police, we're not going to say someone's wrong if they're objectively not the thing they say they are.
Correct.
And
then they're apologizing for getting called out on saying that, and then doing like word
then
salad
reiterating it.
and just reiterating the same point they just made.
But then in the next paragraph, I think they tried to undo the point, but then it's like,
we agree that a lesbian is someone who experiences zero attraction to cis men.
but you were just saying you don't want to police the identity of these other bitches who say they're lesbians but want dick. Oh, because they're saying non-binary aren't cis men.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of this comes down. And trans men aren't cis. Trans women aren't cis men. Okay.
And we have been advocating a lot on our page for homo-romantic and gay-leaning bisexuals to identify as such. Please continue flooding the market with bisexuality. What I want to flag for people is the personal complexities that may cause someone to identify as a lesbian who isn't. Both sexual trauma with men and internalized bisexuality can be huge contributing factors, and everyone's journey with their own identity is unique and often confusing. For some people, you need to try on a label to know if it feels right for you. Regardless, we 100% hear these valid concerns, and we will approach this topic with more care going forward to ensure we hold both realities at once.
You know
Some realities can't be held at once because there's only one reality, you stupid
that's
bitch.
the woke speak right there. That's the core. That one sentence sums up everything wrong with their incoherent dance they try to play inside their mind. Where all identities are valid, we're not going to place identities. Right. But we don't want to invalidate your identity that requires a definition. So we agree it is just that, but we're not going to invalidate these people. We're going to hold two truths at the same time. 2 + 2 can't equal 4 and 5 at the same time.
You can't have one identity be defined as one thing and then somebody say, actually, no, let's change the definition because I feel it's this way. And then be like, oh, no, you're valid too. No, it's not. We have definitions of things. Also, I want to move away from calling like your sexuality your identity because your sexuality is whatever it is. All right, you can identify as gay and actually be bisexual, but you're bisexual. You're just lying to yourself. You can identify as a lesbian and you like, but you're just bisexual and you're lying to yourself. That's it.
I have an idea. I have a solution for these.
Some people choose their identities and they're lying to themselves.
For these women, they said that we're going to approach these topics with more care going forward to ensure with more. They should do that by having us on.
They should. Yeah, invite the opposing opinion on.
To approach all these topics with care. Anyway, that's our latest check-in with these delusional bitches.
Yeah. Great way to get invited on a podcast.
I mean, they're never going to have us on the podcast. Okay, Mr. Producer, do we have some member comments?
Yes, we do. The first one is, y'all have come to be definitely my second favorite channel on YouTube, just shy of Financial Audit.
Valid.
No, it's not.
Started watching for Brad, have absolutely come to love Clarkson. You guys are also the only other channel I pay to be a member of.
Ooh.
Pleasantly surprised by a guest appearance of Misha. Also, as a lesbian, I definitely agree, would never date Lily Tino.
That's a great comment for this video.
Yeah, that's actually apt.
Would you date any person with a dick as a lesbian?
I'm going to guess the answer is no. If they're a normie on this channel. Yeah.
Next one is, y'all should do a video talking about some of your most petty moments or any topic, then listen to voicemails from people and rate their petty moments.
Yeah, I was thinking that's a good, I remember reading that because I do read these before I put them in the document. And I'm like, we should have like a theme for the week, like send us your whatever, and then people send them in, and then we react to them.
I don't understand petty moments. Like, what would that be?
Like some petty shit you've done.
Oh, just like in life?
In life, yeah.
Oh, I feel like I share that all the time.
Right, but people would send us theirs.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's not, we'll think about it. That's not a bad idea.
Next one is, guys, you don't need to clickbait us with Latino in the thumbnail. I always run, not walk, to your new episodes. Y'all are my daily dose of trash TV.
Our analytics say otherwise.
Yeah, that might be true for you.
And we thank you for that. But
we love that. We would love more of you, but some of you hosts literally only click on our videos when it's Lily Tino.
Correct. Yeah. So.
And new people get introduced to normal gays through Lily Tino.
Yeah.
We owe everything to Lily Tino.
We do. We should
really
cut.
build her a shrine. No, that. But we could build her a shrine. Then we could put the label would just be lesbian.
With the big schlong hanging.
Oh, God.
Well, it's not big.
It's not. It's average.
Yeah.
We've seen it.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
Next one is, the last one is, Clarkson, this ad was absolutely top tier.
Oh, you did.
Don't even.
You did do a good job on the ad. Do you want to tell them why? Or why it was so unique?
No.
Come on.
No.
Okay. Anyway, he does a good job. What did you say? You said, like, I don't have...
I said I'm a Virgin Mary. Or no, I said I'm a good Christian girl or something. I don't know.
Could that be considered fraud? You're not allowed to lie in ads.
Well, you're not allowed to lie about the product.
You can lie about yourself.
I can lie about myself. Yeah, people lie in ads all the time. All those people who are in the drug commercials, you think they're actually on the drug? The ones who are picking up the kids, and it's like a drug for like paraplegics. Like, come on.
But in the bottom corner, it always says actor portrayal.
Yeah.
That's what you needed to
Actor portrayal of the Virgin Mary, yeah.
I don't know what you
Okay.
guys are talking about. I was telling the truth.
Anyway, guys, let us know what you think. Thanks so much for being here. Do subscribe. We're getting close to 60,000 subscribers. Hit the like button, become a channel member, and that's the best way to unlock multiple members-only episodes, including our crazy voicemail ones that have been wild lately. And to support our work, we'll also be doing another deep dive on a new TikTok beggar that's been unlocked. That'll be just for members. So hit the join button.
New character unlocked.
That's literally in our army of lolcows.
If we get big enough, we can create a video game and have all of our characters.
And then they fight like Super Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Lily
and you
Tino
can
would
choose
win.
your
But
character.
wait, who would win, Lily Tino or Blossom?
Crusty,
Blossom.
Blossom.
Krusty's only move would be lifting up his legs and flexing
And
his
it would be
whole-
like, wait, what is it? Be for real, girl. Ka-chow. And then it would be Lily Tino, Eye Crust,
Lily Tino
Blossom,
does like a
chin hair.
Leanna just leeches
Leanna
your
just
money.
sits there and complains, and then the other character ends up going crazy. And
And then
Roger. Oh my
yeah.
God, Roger would be powerful.
But Lily Tino's move will be like a big smash move, and it'll be like
Toya
bam.
Toya the Oracle would do some like weird spell, and then you'd have to eat her out.
Ew.
Remember, she's like, "You owe me."
No, Miss Denim is not camp enough. He's just
Yeah. No, I would put Miss Denim in there just for the humiliation effect of it. To be
guess.
in a video game with those other characters.
you just want to see Blossom pounding the shit out of Miss
Yeah.
Denim.
Oh.
Not like that.
All right. Bye, guys.
Okay.